what would be the one thing you are concerned about after what you saw today? We're not saying it's the end of the world. We need to think about, to blow this whole thing up. We're not doing that at all. But what is one thing that you saw today? You're like, that is kind of concerning to you. That's like something like, I may have not seen that before.
Well, I think part of the thing that concern is that we need to make sure that we emphasize is to not get rattled when we're down by points. Like you said, don't think that you need to make plays, right? And so that was almost the same thing, like McCole trying to make that play. You don't need to make a play, okay? Let's just get into a rhythm of doing things the right way. Be consistent in what we're doing, okay? We're good. We're fine. Look, we're the Super Bowl champs. We're the defending Super Bowl champs, okay? Everybody's got to come to us. And so when we're doing this, we're good. And that's how everybody's got to think. And so you got to make sure that nobody's taking outside that framework of like, well, all we got to do is got to do it. No. Play within the confines of what we said, what we're going to do as far as, the game plan, and we'll be fine. As long as we're executing and we're consistent, we will be fine, okay? And so, we're not a bad team. Bad teams are the one that start arguing on the sidelines, fussing at each other. We're not seeing that. We're not seeing finger pointing and all that. We're not that team, And so I think it's the reason because we have been winning. We get so out of sorts because, oh my gosh, look at the down what? We're not going to win with the wide receivers we got. They will say the same thing about the corners last year, right? We're not going to be a deep playoff team because the corners keep getting beat. Spags keep putting them in positions. Man, look, this is week 8. This is halfway through the season. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. So I'm not tripping. I ain't going to trip on that. Okay.
I will say our biggest live shows is following a loss. We have the most people in the room. It's following a loss usually.
I love it. Because everybody got something to say. You should have seen me when I was like, when I was getting around, I'm like, man, I'm hot, boy. When I come out here, I'm gonna say everything. But I've been there. I've seen how some of the losses, and you just got to take it all in, right? You got to take everything and just like take stock of it. Take the video, learn from it. Learn from the mistakes, what everybody didn't do right. Go to the next week. Pure and simple, okay? Put that in the books to get better.
Teja, what was the one thing that may have concerned you that you have noticed before, or you just noticed today for the first time?
It's got to be just more consistency in the red zone. We went back to 0 for 3 again. We just can't. We have a good game against the Chargers. We go 3 or 4, come back and go 0-3. It's brutal. Yeah, the week before that, who do we have? We had the Broncos again. I think we also struggled that week as well. And then the week before that, we had the Vikings, who we did well against. So we just can't. It's hit or miss every week what kind of red zone team we're going to be. And you can accrue yards all you want. And look. Except for the turnover part. I mean, obviously turnovers suck, but Mahomes statistically, like we said in the first half, very efficient. He was moving the ball. He was completing passes. They were moving the ball. They just, again, 0 for 3 in the red zone. If you get down there and you can't do anything, then you're not gonna score a lot of points. That's why our points are down from last year, and our red zone efficiency is way down for touchdowns than last year. It's crazy. So that's got to be better. You go below 50%, you go 50% or below in the playoffs, you're going to lose, man.
Oh, no doubt.
I would say that the big thing for me that kind of jumped out to me, which I have noticed, obviously, and it kind of plays into the consistency in the red zone, is the 4th and 2s and the 4th and 3s where we do decide to kick field goals. And I know the analytics say to go for it. And I'm sometimes take the points. But when you have Patrick Mahomes back there, like, let's go for these 4th and 2s, 4th and 3s a little more often, especially in the beginning of these games where you like, let's put the pedal to the metal. Let's try to score a touchdown here, not come away with 3. And I would say that kind of popped off at me a little bit today, where it's like, we are settling for these field goals a lot. And I don't know if that's trust in the O-line, trust in the running game, or just, we just want to get points up on the board. And I get the take the 3. I get it sometimes, but it seems like we're settling a lot for these field goals in these 4th and 2s and 4th and 3s when we do get in the red zone. It's like, just let's go for it. I mean, we have better plays than the Blake Bell QB sneak or the Noah Gray QB sneak. I mean, like, let's put the ball in PM15's hands and try to get those first downs instead of just sitting for the field goals. And I guess that does play along with the whole red zone efficiency. But I just think having more trust in the offense and what we're doing, that's the kind of thing that stood out to me today.
What I'm going to look into it because I don't know what are we at third and short, and fourth. Where are we right now
on the season?
Yeah, that because you got to look at that too because it's like, okay, maybe we're not as good. Maybe we don't have that many plays.
Yeah.
Right. So those are some things you got to work on. But I agree with you. I want to go on. If we're as good as we say we are, I think we should go on it for fourth down and short all the time.
I don't know about third and short specifically. Coming into today, we were second overall in third down percentage.
Okay, total third down percentage.
Total third down. That's not third and short, but I just
yeah. Okay.
About
fourth down.
Let me look it up. And that's why we have such long drives that go nowhere in the end because you can't convert in the red zone. So all those third downs go to shit eventually. What they build to?
Right. That is frustrating.
You're going to go through a 12-play drive to give it to Bell on a 4th and 1 from a 19-yard line. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like, fourth down per. Okay, here we go. Fourth down percentage. We are middle of the pack, 16th overall.
So we always got a guy evaluating that, like what plays are we running on fourth down. So we need to fire Nagy and Trey Sky. There's been a lot of that today.
I love these post games. Hey, I will say this: at least it's consistent with last year. Everyone saying EB was getting crud. At least it's consistent. Now they're staying with Nagy now too. At least it's consistent with it. Whereas there's also too, I still don't get it because certain people who wanted EB fired also said that EB wasn't the one calling plays too. So I don't know.
Man, shout out, man, to Marcus and Jill coming on here, man. It was good having everybody come on. It's a good time to come on here and talk about those things, right? Get these things out there. Maybe a CC hat will break the curse. I hear you, hey Brian. I hear you, brother. This right here is the new fit, man. We thinking about sending it out to folks. So we're trying to get that good drum of how everybody feels about it. So
yeah, I do love the post game shows for when I don't like losing, but I will say it's always very entertaining when we lose and we have the post game shows, whether it's on here or Bleacher Report, because the comments you guys have are phenomenal.
It's like a group therapy. It's a very therapeutic.
It is. Because you get everything off your chest and then it's like, okay, settle down. Woosah, we feel a little bit better after, okay? All right. It's gonna sting for a little bit.
Yeah.
But the reality is, man, these guys are they're capable. I think that the guys that we have in the wide receiver room, if we don't change it, I think we'll be fine. I really do. And so I think last week was a better indication about who we actually have in the room than this week. And so I think once we build on that, we're gonna be okay, right? And we're still trying to figure out how we're gonna get everybody, involved in the whole offense, right? I think we just need to figure that out. And so Denver did a masterful job looking at what we do offensively, and what they did is drop 7. They had guys come after. That's why Patrick had so much time to throw the football. Well, they're sitting back, and you just got more people. And when I'm telling you, when guys are just sitting over in zones and waiting, I mean, that was the one pick because he knew he was going to throw to Kelsey. That was a athletic play. That's a great play by him, right? Yeah. But who they know he's going to go to at a certain point. They know they're going to go to Kelsey, right? So I'm sure Vance Joseph said, hey, man, look, when Kelsey's around in the area, everybody be aware of that, okay? Spatial awareness, okay? So that's the thing about it, man. We just got to catch footballs, stop with the turnovers. Yep. I'm telling you, man, if we don't have a turnover today, we don't lose this game. Pure and simple. Seriously.
Yeah. And look the ball in too. Rice's drop was not just trying to run before catching the ball, and it's as simple as they come.
Yeah. He was overdue for one of those stupid drops, though.
Yeah, he hadn't had one in like 2 or 3 weeks.
I know.
I think we actually mentioned it on our betting show. He hasn't had a drop, and I think he's getting over all the drops.
And he got over it.
Y'all mentioned it. That's your fault. See, y'all mentioned it. See it? Oh my goodness. There it is.
I'm hoping maybe it's like things started becoming too easy for him. So he was like, okay, like
He's
didn't
good.
concentrate on as much as the haul in. He was already looking at turning his head.
Yeah. That's what it was for sure. McCole too. McCole was looking to try to make a play. He was already looking down the field like he's not necessarily looking in. He's looking to go run.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it is what it is. We'll bounce back in Miami or in Germany against Miami next Sunday. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.